everybody, and welcome to Your Reality Recaps, Survivor Heroes vs. Healers vs. Hustlers, Episode 6 Recap. I am Dancin' Amy, and I am here to talk over the episode, and if you want to come and hang out with us here on our live shows, we do them every Thursday around 8 p.m. Eastern. You can become a fan at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and you become notified anytime we go live for any of our shows. We do cover lots of other shows, including Big Brother. We're going to be covering Celebrity Big Brother in the winter, as well as we are going to be covering other shows coming up here real soon, so stay tuned. Also, if you want to support anything that we do here at Your Reality Recaps, you can always become a patron by going to yourrealityrecaps.com/patron, and also check out all of our Survivor coverage at yourrealityrecaps.com/survivor, where you can see all of our past shows and all of our Survivor blogs as well. So, Episode 6. It was titled, This Is Why You Play Survivor. And this the episode title actually came from, does anybody know where it came from? It was actually from Joe, when he found his idol. And I thought it was actually a pretty good episode title. Yeah, it was from Joe. I do like to find out where all the episode titles do come from. So Joe is the one who got this episode title. And so I was super looking forward to this episode, just as an overall. I wanted to see all the fallout from the last tribal council. I wanted to see Allie versus Ryan, to see what was going to happen there. They had kind of teased it. And then also I wanted to see kind of what was the story with Cole fainting as well. See what was going to happen there. But yeah, so we jumped right into the whole Allie versus Ryan argument. And there was a lot that kind of came out in this little argument. It was only like 2 minutes long, really. But there's a lot of points that were made right in it that if you weren't really paying attention to it a lot, there was a lot that you could kind of miss. So right at the very beginning of it, Allie pointed out that Ryan had always said JP or Chrissy, and that he never brought up Rourke. So Rourke is, Ryan says that Rourke was too close to Allie, and that's, why he never mentioned her, and that he didn't trust Rourke. But it basically, what it all comes down to at the core of this argument, and I also found out from some exit interviews of Allie's, is that basically Ryan didn't really have a reason other than that he had the alliance with Chrissy, because he was just as close to Chrissy as Allie really was to Rourke, other than that super idol from before. But he couldn't really tell Allie that. So he just kept saying, you were just too close with her. I didn't trust her. And, you only knew her for 4 days, so I didn't trust her. But that is actually the exact same argument that Allie had against Chrissy. But Allie had talked to all of the options with Ryan. But Ryan never once brought up Rourke as an option, and had even said, I think we can go far with Rourke. It's going to be JP or Chrissy. So I think really that whole argument, it was all Ryan's fault to begin with. Ryan really screwed himself over. And it kind of sucked that Allie is the one who paid the price. Yeah, I'm seeing Crystal B says, I don't know how Ryan figures Chrissy is going to stay loyal to him for an idol that's idle now and was after it saved her at the first tribal. Yeah, I think that once Chrissy gets back to Ben, I think she's going to be real quick to backstab Ryan, to be honest. Chrissy's just using Ryan right now, in my opinion. And he's doing everything that she wants him to. But Zach T says, Ryan really lost me. He can go after getting rid of Rourke and Allie. I agree. I'm off the Ryan train. I'm off the Ryan train. Yeah. At this point, I mean, he had to get rid of Allie to basically to right the wrong of not telling Allie about Rourke. He messed that up, so then he had to get rid of her. Even if Rourke, or even if Allie had gone back to the camp and said, hey, that was a good move, I still don't think that he would have kept Allie. I really don't think that it would have made any difference. I think that he still just wanted to keep with Chrissy and whatever Chrissy wanted to do. I don't know. But, yeah. And so right within the first, 3 minutes of the game, Ryan says, I can't have enemies in this game, so she may have to go. Thanks, Survivor. Getting it, just putting it right out there, and then they spent the whole next, 40 minutes getting their hopes up that maybe somebody else was gonna go. No. But, yeah, Zach brings up a really good point. The foundation of Ryan and Chrissy's alliance is a useless immunity idol. I wouldn't say it's necessarily useless. It is the most convincing fake idol ever. And they're the only two people who... No, actually, Devin knows about it as well. So they're 2 of 3 people that know about it. And that can be a really powerful tool. However, I don't know if it's worth throwing somebody who was 100% loyal to you and a stronger competitor under the bus. And just throwing, a day one ally that voted with you the entire way, that I don't think that Allie would have turned on Ryan, at least before Chrissy's going to be turning on Ryan. Yeah, I still think it was absolutely... I still think that getting rid of Rourke last week, or at least just not even telling Allie about the Rourke vote, was the mistake. Not necessarily... I think that all he would have had to do was just tell Allie, hey, we're getting rid of Rourke. And it would have saved everything. And Crystal B says, also, Chrissy doesn't know that Devin knows about the fake idol, does she? No, she does not. At least we haven't seen her find out about that on the episode. Ryan may have told her, but it wasn't revealed on the show. Also, And he says it would be interesting if Chrissy found the real idol by the well and swapped it out with a fake idol just to see what would happen. That would be interesting. Also, that would be really interesting, Annie. I like that thought. I do like that thought a lot. That's a really smart move. But I don't think anybody else really knows where the idols are. But if she did find one, that is a good thought for sure. All right, so let's see. Our next beach that we go over to is Yawa Beach, the Red Beach. And Dr. Mike caught his first fish with a spear gun. I have to admit, I really am liking Dr. Mike more and more every week. Maximus Mom, I am getting on the Dr. Mike train. I don't even know if Maximus Mom is here right now, but I am becoming a fan. He was so excited about the little tiny fish. Oh goodness. I'm becoming a fan. I'm not saying he's gonna win. I'm just becoming a fan. Calm down, guys. The chat room is freaking out because they're saying I'm gonna curse him. But no. I had said Allie was gonna win. That's why I cursed her. So meh. Curse is not, no. I'm not saying he's gonna win. He's all right. But yeah, he was super funny with how happy he was that he caught the fish and saying, it's just the small things in life that are so fulfilling, and I loved it. But then that went right into more of the everybody throws Cole under the bus edit. This is the third week in a row that poor Cole, I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. He's just getting crapped on with every single episode. This week it's, he just needs to eat more food than everybody else. And then he gets all cocky and saying, without me, there wouldn't be any victory for the Yawa tribe. And at this point, I don't know how many people could even be Cole fans because he's not looking good anymore. He is just arrogant and gross. And oh gosh, I just, And the editors are not doing any favors. I want to know who he pissed off in production at this point. Because it must have been somebody. Yeah. And Jan Solo says, poor Mike trying to cook that fish, though. Yeah, when he dropped the fish in the fire. Hey, he cooked it, though, and he ate it, and he shared it, which is way more than what Cole does. Cole doesn't share his fish, so. Destinies asks, why does Jessica like him? I think Jessica likes him because it's lack of choices. When you're on an island, you don't have many options. On the healer tribe, who were Jessica's options originally? No single guys other than Cole. It was Cole was her only option. And that's it. You can't, that's just what happens. Zulina also says Cole shares info he should keep to himself. Yes. And information is really intoxicating, you know? I don't know. Just at this point, I feel bad for Cole because, but the one thing that I did like about this whole segment in the Yawo Beach, the Red Beach, is we get to see a little bit from Lauren, and I am also starting to like Lauren as well. I know last week when I said that I think that Lauren may have some potential. Like, there's just little things, little lines like what she said this week. The more Cole screws up, the more he acts like an idiot, the better I am. So I'm letting him dig his own grave. Like, she knows when to not, when to just be quiet and let somebody sink their own ship. Like, I don't know. I kind of am appreciating her as well. Do I think she's going to win? Not necessarily, but I think she'll be around for a while. Especially in the merge, I think she's going to be kind of under the radar for a while. Crystal B says, Lauren's smart, but something about her irks me. Yeah, I think there are plenty of other people that feel that way. But let's see. And then next we get the reward challenge. And first place wins 10 pizzas and soft drinks. Second place wins 1 pizza to share for the whole tribe. I do have to say, those pizzas look absolutely disgusting. Every time they do the pizza rewards, like, I know that people are like really craving pizza and stuff, but there's gotta be better foods that they can serve to the Survivor contestants that's gonna like translate better or transport better. Like, these poor contestants are not getting real food for a long time. I don't ever understand why they serve them pizza. Like, Lil Big Red says they look as bad as Papa John's pizza. No, they look worse than Papa John's pizza. At least I can like eat it. And Annie brings up another good point, says, I'm surprised there wasn't an idol clue in the pizza. I agree. I figured for sure 10 pizza boxes, obviously there's going to be a clue or something in there, especially with as many like of these short-term idols and advantages and things that we've gotten. That's a perfect time for them. Nope. Didn't happen. So Lil Big Red said maybe there was, but no one found it. I think if there was one, they would have made a point to like hint to somebody, hey, maybe you should look a little more. Yeah. Crystal B says, as for the pizza, they have to look appetizing to the survivors after just having rice and fish for so many days. I don't know. Like, I've heard from quite a few Survivor contestants that, like, unless you're on, like, day 20 something, they're just not good. Because, like, it's not like they're fresh pizzas. Most of the time they take a long time to get out to the tribe. The ones that you actually see like at the challenge are not what you're going to be getting at camp. So the ones that are at the challenge are usually worse looking, but the ones they eat are a little bit fresher, but they're still, I don't know. I'm a little pickier about my pizza, I guess. And also, they're in Fiji. So, Crystal B talking about the possible idol clue says, I think they didn't have one because of Joe and his find. That's possible. However, that wasn't until after the reward challenge. So technically, they could have, like, a little inside baseball. Like, sometimes they show what day people find idols on a different day in the episode. So if there was one, they could have just shown it on a different episode. So I'm gonna guess there just wasn't one. I don't know. But yeah, so they go back and they eat all their pizza, or actually the reward challenge. My one thing that I was going to say, props to the challenge. Yeah, it was after the reward challenge. Yeah. I want to say props to the challenge creators this season. I am loving all of the challenges. They are freaking awesome. We've only had a couple of repeats, and the ones that have been repeats have been great anyway. So, I'm loving them. I thought that the immunity challenge and the reward challenge were both good, and we didn't have puzzles. Like, it was nice to see an episode without a puzzle. I loved it. Because, yeah, I thought it was good. It was good to see something different for once. And then also the other thing that I thought that was good is it's been good to see a kind of a shift of who's coming in what place, in like of what tribe is coming in what place. Last week, Levu did really great on both challenges. This week, they failed at the reward challenge. So I was kind of surprised about that, especially, and like Soko, they did good, but like Yawa, the Red Tribe, I was surprised how good they did in the reward challenge, considering they lost a person last week that wasn't necessarily holding them back in challenges before. Rourke was not a bad challenge person. So I think it's kind of interesting to see how, things kept switching. It wasn't one dominant tribe, which is good. Because sometimes when we're in the tribe phase, it tends to be that way. And yes, I loved the immunity challenge. For people who aren't really aware, normally that's a version, or there's a version of that's an individual immunity challenge, and they turned it into a tribe one. And so this was the first time it was done this way. And the fact that they threw some trial and error at, like, actually running the challenge, the Red Tribe actually kind of made their own strategy to do it that worked really well. I thought it was awesome. And that it actually, anybody could win. It wasn't just for physical people. It wasn't just for smart people. It was literally anybody could win. At any time, you could fail. Loved it. Things like that are really great. And Survivor gives anybody a chance. I definitely think that they need more things like that. And Annie says, it was a great challenge. They need this type of comps for Big Brother. I agree. They need things like that for Big Brother. And yes, Maximus Mom, we were just talking about you and your love of Dr. Mike. I said I am on the Dr. Mike train, so... Dun, dun, dun. Hi. I have joined. Let's see. After the reward challenge, JP says that there's no way that his tribe is going to vote him out because they need him. 100%. They wouldn't be able to get through any challenge without him. Whatever. No, I did not. Rod Carson, I did not jinx him. I said I like him. I didn't say he was going to win. I just said I like him. Yes, JP was getting cocky, but he was getting cocky in his confessional, so it was a little different. It's one thing to get cocky in your confessionals. It's another thing to get cocky, like, to the people in your tribe, so. Okay, whatever. He's not going away anytime soon, I think, so I think JP is going to be around for a while, unfortunately. And Ryan brings up a good point when he's back at Soko Beach. Says JP is a tank with the merge coming up. That raises the threat level of JP. He also says that JP is tough to read. And he says maybe taking out a physical threat right before the merge should be the priority number one. So at this point of the episode, I'm thinking, yes, this is actually JP's boot episode. This is why we're seeing JP confessionals. The whole Allie's got to go at the beginning. That was just a misdirect. And I was like, we're going to get a straightforward JP's going to go. And that's like the fact that we're having a straightforward episode or straightforward boot. That's actually going to be kind of weird. We don't really get many of those. Nope. Zach T says, all of the strong guys think that their tribes will crumble without them. Yeah. That's just kind of with the player type. If you're a strong guy, you think that your tribe can't survive without you. Yeah, I think that's just kind of how it goes. They think they're super important in every challenge. Whatever. We finally checked in with the Blue Beach, Levu, and Ashley and Devin talk about getting Desi to flip on Joe. Desi talks to Ashley about it and says that, yeah, she would consider it. Nope, we haven't talked about Cole passing out yet. So you're good, Maximus Mom. And while Ashley's talking to Desi about Joe, Devin and Joe go out scavenging. And this is when Joe finds his next idol clue. Now, here's my one thing I have to say about Joe needing to find this idol clue. It says 4 feet away from the well. And he's like, oh, that's why it was 4 feet instead of 5 feet. When we saw Dr. Mike at Yawa Beach, like, he had been digging all around that well, and he just found it. He didn't have a clue, but he found it. We don't even know how many feet away it really was. Like, I don't understand why Joe just didn't go out and just start digging all around the well at Levu. I don't understand. Like, it's a 1 foot difference. I don't get it. And he was like, it made it sound like, oh yeah, that's why I couldn't find it, is the one foot. But I will say that Joe does play it better. When he sees the clue, he kind of stares for a couple of seconds at the clue, but he doesn't really react. And it doesn't look like Devin noticed. Yeah. Crystal B says, Mike assumed it would be around the well. He didn't actually find a clue. Joe may not have thought they would put it in the same location on a different beach. Even if you didn't think that it was in the same location, if you found it, wouldn't you at least try looking? Like, what else are you going to be doing? Joe has already said on Twitter that he didn't sleep while he was out there. Why not go dig at night? I don't get it. I don't get it. Tony says, Jeff sure was asking leading questions at Tribal. Yes, he was. We will get there, Tony. Annie says, when they merge, will Joe find another clue and idol near the well? I don't know. It depends on which, I guess it would depend on which beach they're at. Have all the idols been found at each of the beaches? They may have put the one that, because Joe only has one idol right now. So they may have re-put out the Soko one somewhere else. This is Joe's second, and Mike has one. Yeah, Cole doesn't have an idol. So they may have put another one back out at Soko and nobody found it. We don't know if they necessarily put one back out pre-merge, but if the merge tribe is at Soko Beach, they could put another one out. It's possible. Because there's only two in play at the moment. And sometimes, sometimes they'll, I think they don't mind having three in play. I don't know. But with the fake idol out there, they may not. They may let that fake idol kind of sit there in its place for now. I guess we'll see. And also, I'm going to be interested to see if Joe actually doesn't tell anybody about this idol. He says he's not going to tell anybody, but I think Joe's going to need some allies here real soon. Like, I don't see his old healer tribe really wanting to stick with him. They're going to be pretty much just fine on their own. I think he's going to be the bottom of that. And yeah, I think he's going to have to tell people about it, whether he really wants to or not. He's going to use it as leverage to try to form an alliance. But now we are on to next exciting thing of the episode. Cole passes out. Honestly, it wasn't really that exciting. He fainted. He really Ben kind of summarized the whole thing by saying Cole knew what he was doing by coming on Survivor. He should have gained some weight before he came on instead of working on his six-pack. All of these like super muscular, lean guys without any body fat typically do real bad health-wise. Caleb, Cole now, like all of them, usually they do terrible and end up having to go home real early because they get really weak, or it's just not good. It's just not good. You need body fat to survive on Survivor, basically, because what happens is when you're starving, your body starts to eat itself, and if there isn't any fat, then it starts to eat the muscles. So that's really why Cole is sitting here saying that he needs to eat more, because his body doesn't have anything to feed itself, essentially. Maximus' mom says he could have smashed his face on that sharp bamboo. He was lucky. Yes. Somebody else, I had seen somebody before had asked where was, or why didn't medical come out to the tribe to check on him. I did see an interview that Jeff did, and actually medical did come out and check on check on Cole. They didn't show it on the episode because it wasn't really necessary. They thought it was more compelling to have Dr. Mike and Jessica taking care of him, but medical did come out and make sure that he was okay. Anytime anything happens on the episode where anybody gets hurt or is sick or whatever, medical does come out to the tribe to check on them. Yeah, so they didn't leave him stranded or anything like that. Tony says they probably have to for legal reasons. Yeah, probably. But yeah, so they did check him out. He was okay. They didn't like force him to continue when he wasn't able to or anything like that. But now another thing from that whole scene that I do have to say is that I don't necessarily agree with Dr. Mike and Ben, is that they kept saying that Cole has become a liability. And so they need to vote him out because he's become a liability. I don't think they should even be thinking about voting him out. As long as he's still helping to win your tribe challenges, if I just saw this guy who just fainted, like, it may be kind of ruthless, but I would think he needs to stay in, because he's not going to be doing real good here in another couple days or a week. I want to compete against that guy when he's not doing real good. Like, honestly, I wouldn't want to send somebody home who is not doing well physically. I would want to keep that person as long as possible. Yes, I will drag you along with me. Because we're merging soon, and then it's going to be you versus me, not us as a team. I didn't really. Yeah, I would only need you until we're merging. And then once we're merged, it's everyone for themselves. Yeah. But that was my one thing, and both Dr. Mike and Ben said it. So one thing that I will say is it kind of brings me to believe that Dr. Mike is maybe starting to side more with Ben and Lauren, which I think is a good alliance for him. Or at least Ben. I like Dr. Mike and Ben together. So. And the immunity challenge. We already talked about the immunity challenge. But Yawa wins. Levu comes in second. Soko loses again. It just... Poor Soko again. And at that point, now I will say, going through the challenge, I didn't know who was gonna win, which was really interesting because based off of the edit up through that point, we still had quite a few options of who could be going home. I did like that it wasn't an obvious, this tribe is going to lose, this person is going to go home. So I was super excited about that. Yeah, the challenge wasn't predictable, the episode wasn't predictable, and I loved it. Crystal B says the strategy that the red team came up with was amazing, though. And yes, I agree. And they just came up with it on the fly. Awesome. Definitely thought it was amazing. Things like that are why I love Survivor. When people just come up with ways to do a challenge, whether or not it's intended. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, Tony says, right, the runner ran instead of holding the ropes. Crystal B says, exactly, I would have been too nervous to even think of something like that. Yeah, I don't know how they do things like that, but absolutely. And so, yeah, challenge. Good job, challenge creators. We need more challenges like that in the future. Please and thank you. But so yes, so after the challenge, we go back to Soko Beach, and at this point, I still don't really think, like, Ryan is sitting there saying that Allie is the obvious next target, but taking JP to the merge is dangerous. And then he apologizes to Allie about not telling him about the Rourke vote, or not telling her about the Rourke vote. Like, and then Allie and Chrissy talk, and like Chrissy is a very convincing liar. Side note, their whole conversation, and then also just hearing Allie in exit interviews, Chrissy is a real convincing liar. I fully believe that Chrissy is going to backstab literally anybody, and nobody will see it coming. Like, Ryan is going to get backstabbed by Chrissy, and you won't have any idea when. Maximus Mom says, I'm not liking Ryan in power. Wow. I agree with you. Ryan. Okay, Crystal B. Chrissy is going to win. I think Chrissy is going to win. Actually, I do think Chrissy is going to win. Yeah, I do. So, um, but yeah, I mean, she absolutely, like, she has no problems lying. It just comes, you can't tell. Like, every person who has been in a tribe with Chrissy, um, has said they can't tell whether she is telling the truth or lying in the game. Um, I don't even, I don't get it. I don't, like, there are a lot of people who have some sort of tell, but most of them, nobody can figure out her tell in the game. So that's pretty amazing. So yeah, I do think she's gonna win. uh, Kim says, bring back the hot guys, Malcolm, Ozzy, Joe. I'm perfectly okay without any returnees for a while, so. And let's see. So yeah, and then Ryan, this is the one Ryan, the one time that I think Ryan is actually about as honest as I think anybody has been all season. He goes, I don't know why everyone wanted to work with me. I'm a freaking weasel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he called himself a weasel. At least, yes, Destiny says at least he owns it. So, I mean, he knows it. And my whole thing is, like, most people who are going to call themselves like sneaky or weasel or like a snake or something like that, like, they're usually a villain character getting a villain edit. Up until this point, like, Ryan has not been like the villain of the season. So I'm really confused about, I'm so confused about Ryan just in general. It's like he thinks he's a villain, but it's like CBS loves him. And so they don't want to make him a villain, is almost what I am seeing. I don't know. I just, it's like he wants to be a villain. So he's trying to. But, yeah. And, I mean, he totally can be, absolutely, like, villainous, but I don't know. But yeah, so on to tribal council. Yeah, Jeff was absolutely, I don't know what was up with Jeff this tribal council. Honestly, I think that Jeff wanted to I think he knew that Allie was going. And he didn't, I think he didn't want Allie to go, is my guess. I don't know. I don't know anything about that really, but just from the way that he was questioning and kind of going in on JP, that's just kind of what it seemed like to me. Either that or he was just trying to get JP to, like, wake up in the game, and he knows JP really hasn't been doing much. That's possible as well. It's one or the other. There's extremes on it, but it was not a normal Jeff questioning. I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, but I don't know. a lot of people really talked about JP. Jeff talked about JP. Allie said, I have no idea what JP is thinking. Chrissy says JP plays a quiet game. I just, Jonathan, we are talking about Survivor heroes versus healers versus hustlers. And yeah. So Zach says it was leaning towards him going the entire tribal. Yeah, I honestly, I thought that it was going to be as straightforward of a boot as it could get, which would have been kind of refreshing, to be completely honest. Because we don't get straightforward anything anymore. There's always like misleading the audience. Always, it's never who you expect. Crystal B says, I thought for sure he was going. Yeah, I just don't have any, I don't know. But, so, yeah. Allie was voted out 3-1. And my heart broke. Because at that moment, I realized that my curse is real. Because literally every person that I said that I wanted to win has gone home. Every single person. So, yeah. But no, I really did like Allie, and I thought she was going to be staying for a long time. I really did. I thought she was going to go deep in the game. Destiny says, I think Allie will be a returning player. Yancello said, Ryan made a big mistake voting Allie out. JP will reunite with the hero tribe once they merge and will likely vote out Ryan. I agree. I think that actually once the merge, because next episode it's the merge. So I think let me see if I can pull my So next episode, when they go back to the I do think that, well, we know for sure JP and Ashley are gonna get back together. We know that Chrissy and Ben are gonna hook back up. That's gonna happen. And I think Lauren will probably link right into that as well. That's good. There's gonna be a big alliance, I think. But I have a feeling that, yeah, there's gonna be. Crystal B says, I wonder if Devin Ashley will link with Ryan JP though. I don't really see Ryan and JP being a thing. I think Ryan kind of is gonna end up being caught in the middle of a bunch of things. At this point, he's close with Devin and Chrissy, and that's it. Devin and Chrissy. And he hasn't seen Devin in a long time. But I don't see. I think at this point, if Devin has a choice between Ashley or Ryan, I think he would probably choose think it would probably choose Ashley, because then it would be, I mean, they may do a 4 with Ashley, JP, Ryan, and Devin, maybe. But then they would also have to bring in Chrissy, and I don't know if Ashley and Chrissy really like each other. And Ben, like that gets huge at that point, because then Ben's also going to want to bring in probably Lauren, because Ben and Lauren get along. And I think also Ben's also going to want to bring in Dr. Mike. Like, I'll be really interested to see how the merge shakes out. I think people in trouble, potential merge boots next week. Let's see. Who do we think? Crystal B says, I want the next episode already. Okay. I think next week, people who could potentially be in trouble. Cole. I could see Cole being a merge boot. Because you have that huge group of people all decide to vote out Cole. I think that whole group is gonna, like, if essentially the old hustlers and heroes vote together against the old healers, they could vote out. They could kind of do whatever they wanted at that point. Zach says, I think Cole, Ryan, or Devin, maybe. Crystal B says, Chrissy, Ryan, Lauren, Joe would be my choices, although maybe not Joe yet. I'm not hating Joe anymore. I do kind of like him, so he doesn't have to go yet. I'd be okay with Chrissy or Ryan, but I think Chrissy's winning, and Chrissy's gonna totally take out Ryan. I could see Ryan going, but I don't know if he's gonna be the merge boot. Who else? Yeah, I'm gonna say Cole. Cole is gonna be my pick. I think Cole's gonna go next week. We'll see how I'm gonna, yeah. I think that the old heroes and hustlers are going to team up and vote out Cole. Who do you guys think is gonna go next week? It's gonna be messy. I know that. There's gonna probably be a bunch of names going everywhere. Destiny says that totally means Cole is safe. I haven't ever tried calling somebody being, like, leaving, so we'll see. We'll see if it works the opposite way. We'll find out. I don't have any idea, but we'll find out. Annie says Ryan or Cole. Crystal B says, I agree on it being messy. That's one thing for sure that it will be. Yes, because remember, Merge also comes with Merge Feast. Merge Feast usually has some sort of alcohol. Alcohol makes people talk a lot. Yeah. Especially when they haven't eaten. They're dehydrated. Oh, yeah. Diane says anyone can go as long as it isn't Desi. Yeah, I don't think Desi is gonna go. It's possible, though. If all of a sudden we hear a whole bunch of Desi right away at the beginning of the episode, be worried. Zach says, remember when Debbie pretended to be drunk as a strategy? Inside source, she actually was drunk. She just said she wasn't for the show, but everybody who actually played said that she was actually drunk. They said that unless she unless their beverages just all disappeared, she was actually drunk. And they could smell it on her breath. But yes, I do miss Debbie. Debbie was a character, and we don't really have a character like her. She was fun. Jan Solis as Debbie was nuts. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think also, yeah, did you guys see in the next week on the Merge tribe color? It's purple. It's a purple, they get purple buffs. I'm so excited. I love purple buffs. We haven't had purple buffs that often, but they're pretty. You had to look really fast to see it, but I like it. I'm excited about that. And I did hear that I was gonna say I did hear, I guess it's kind of a spoiler-ish, but it's not really a spoiler. Their tribe name, they just took their names of their old tribes and mixed them together. I wouldn't even know how to say it, so I'm not even gonna try to say it, but it's nothing crazy inventive. Zach says, have there ever been pink buffs? That would be nice. Yes, they've done like magenta. I don't think they've ever done like light pink, but they've done magenta. I don't think there's been any. Yeah, they've done as far like all different colors. Lisa D Ginger Snap says, I don't want to name my tribe Hot Mess. I think that would be a hard one to sell to your tribe mates. But yeah, it would be an apt description for most tribes. That is for sure. But no, I think that for the buffs, they've done pretty much all of the colors. They've even done black. Yeah. So, all right. Does anybody have any other last minute thoughts or feelings before we wrap it up? I think that's about all that I've got today. I'm super excited for next week's episode. It's going to be fun. Merge. I love the Merge episode. It's usually my favorite. My favorite episode. Red Carson says, what the hell is magenta? It's hot pink. Basically. Hot pink-ish. So yes, I guess then we will wrap it up. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with me, and everybody stay tuned. Make sure you do pay attention to the Reality Recaps Twitter for announcements of what's going on with future shows. We're still going to be back here doing Survivor every Thursday at 8 p.m. Also, don't forget John and Glammy's cooking show. I think this upcoming week, instead of on Tuesday, they're doing it on Wednesday. So also pay attention for that as well. Little Big Red, I don't believe they're doing game night tomorrow. So you'll have to keep an eye out on Twitter for that as well, for when that starts. I think that's still on hold for the moment. But again, to everybody, thank you all for hanging out. I am Dancing Amy, and we'll see you all next Thursday. Bye, everybody. Bye.